Hello, welcome back to the Oracle Light Tarot. It's not a coincidence that you are here, that you clicked on this video, that you found my channel. It never is a coincidence. So if you found this reading, there's a message here for you. If for some reason the reading doesn't seem to resonate from the beginning, okay, if you're not experiencing any of this as I go along, and if you're just sensing that it's not for you, then it's totally fine to leave that and, leave it for somebody else, right? This is a reading that's not meant for everyone. It feels very specific. And I was actually picking up on your energy. I did a whole video earlier today and realized that I'm not going to post it. Even though I had been through, edited it and everything, it's not the point. I think there's a deeper message that was coming through. I was definitely getting the sense that there's a need to cleanse your energy. Okay, there's a sense of maybe you picking up on some energy from someone else. And now that I feel like, I don't know if this reading is going to help you realize that, and then that energy will leave your energy. Not anything nefarious. I'm not talking about anything like that. This is like, okay, now that I said this, maybe there is for somebody a lurking type energy, but that's what I'm talking about. What I meant to say was that maybe you picked up on some kind of gossip, or you heard something, okay? Or somebody, it could even be vice versa. Somebody maybe feels you're in their energy, okay? And you're kind of wondering why. Like, why am I suddenly involved in, maybe you're involved in a mess, maybe you're involved in some kind of tea or gossip, because a tea was coming through. We have the tea leaves here in that reading. But it just felt like a lot of distractions. It felt like someone was caught up in a bunch of energy that didn't belong to them. Okay, and maybe you're wondering why. Or maybe you felt a shift in your own energy and you felt the need to cleanse, because in that reading, the one that I'm not posting, I was pulling words from my word box. If you're new here, this is my word box. It pulled the words ew, and it pulled the words, they're right here on the top actually. It pulled shower, where is it? Tendency, ew. No, that's you. You're irresistible. That's not one of the words that was pulled though. There were other words, but these were the ones that were just like, so maybe there was the tendency now is kind of coming off as like, maybe there's this tendency to be pulled in certain directions. Maybe certain people's energy. Maybe they're very magnetic. Maybe you're very magnetic. Maybe you just magnify a lot of people to you. Okay, so this is like, this could go either way. Honestly, it could be you. It could be them. Okay, so take this however this resonates. But I did pull some of these after that reading. I had gotten through the reading. There was like a lot going on. It felt like it was explaining somebody going through major life like upgrades. So I felt like there was a lot of good energy going on for somebody, but there was just people in their business, or people wondering, I don't know. I felt like this person, someone feels like the sun. Okay, they're just like, so yeah. And then there's like, and I was picking up on that energy about sunflowers too, like how the sunflower just follows the sun. So like there's something about someone always capturing someone's attention, or they're very magnetic. So this could be, it's like a either or a almost feels like a love-hate kind of relationship, also. So like, you could feel very drawn to somebody, and then maybe they don't make you feel the best about yourself, or they're just very drawn to you and they don't feel the best about themselves. Maybe I don't know. And then there's something about gossip coming through. Okay, so like, maybe you were like, and there's bells have been coming through. So maybe there was something that was like brought to your attention. Okay, and you kind of allowed yourself to get involved in that. Okay, and suddenly it just seemed like, it feels like it took up all of your attention, your awareness, right? Something like that. Gotcha. It feels like distractions, right? That's what it really does feel like. I have some notes here. Whoa, look at how the tea, it's like, yeah, like the tea spilled it all up into your energy here. Example here. Oh, so should we talk about that maybe? I feel like Spirit wants you to focus on yourself. Like, you're bouncing back from that energy, okay? So whatever that energy is, it's leaving your life. I feel like you're on the money path. Okay, I pulled these right before this reading. So there's something happening for you, something important. There's either a new job or a raise, or you're just very career focused right now. All right, you got it in the bag, you got it going on, something like that, right? And then we have the rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. I feel like now that you recognize where maybe this leak of your energy, or a circle of people pulling on your energy, there's something about a wedding also coming through. It's like this crow tarot is sending out to me, and it's the veil right here on the head of the crow. So there's something about a veil. So there's definitely energy of like children, marriage, major things. So maybe a lot of major things are like happening for you, or happening for somebody. And maybe I'm hearing the word stealing the show. So like, maybe somebody wants to steal your show, I don't know. Maybe they're just very attracted to you, your energy, okay? Because yeah, you got it in the bag. You got it going on. There's a lot going on for you. You're in this creation mode energy. And I feel like you're bouncing back from your energy being pulled on, because we have the number 1 here. So you could have been seeing a lot of 2s. Okay, 2s aren't always bad or anything, but it just feels like you're aligning back to your own energy. Okay, now that these distractions are going to be leaving, because you're being alerted to this. That's what the big message was that was actually coming through, but it was hard to see that because there was so much going on in the reading. And yeah, so it just felt like you were like, somebody was caught in that, right? And now you're kind of like getting discernment and clarity and gaining your own kind of like independence here. It's like Queen of Swords energy cutting through the energy, right? And getting back to what you were doing. And I felt like what you were doing was creating some kind of like sacred creation. Like there's something special that you're meant to do, I feel like you're meant to focus on your bliss. I feel like you're the sun and the sunflower at the same time. Like, so you're meant to feed your own energy right now. You're meant to follow your bliss, okay? So there's something about family and betrayal also, like releasing that. So there could have been something about that coming through, maybe just energy with family, and maybe gossip, or someone betrayed somebody, okay? Or maybe you just feel like you need some kind of, we have the soap card right here on top of this deck. Like maybe you just need to like cleanse something, okay? And the male keeps coming through, male energy. Not sure why. Maybe this involves a male in some way. I have these little tea. They keep getting my attention. They have like little tea tags, right? They have little sayings on them, quotes. It says, beauty is not caused, it is. So there's something about just being yourself that's so beautiful. And then also coming through with that, like where you're planted. Be aware of where you plant yourself, like what you feed yourself, right? What you nourish yourself with. That could even come off as like what captures your attention, and maybe suddenly something becomes very nostalgic, and then you find yourself out of like maybe you're out of focus, or you lose your what you were previously taking action on. Like maybe you could be like a distraction off your money path, because I feel like maybe you're trying to purposely create some kind of sacred experience for yourself. Okay, what a desolate place would be. A world without a flower. Oh yeah, and it's talking about flowers here too. A world without a flower. Yeah, that's why. Maybe these people will just feel very desolate. Like you are that flower, you are that sunflower. You bring like a natural joy to other people's energy. People are very attracted to you. That song by Mariah Carey, the one I took notes here, the one "Why You So Obsessed With Me." So maybe you, yeah, so maybe people just get obsessed with you. I don't know. Like you carry that kind of energy. I don't know if you've ever heard that song by Mariah Carey. You might want to look it up. But boy, why you so... So this could involve a male. So obsessed with me, boy, I wanna know. Maybe you didn't realize how obsessed somebody has become with you, or maybe even like how obsessed maybe you become with somebody or some kind of situation. The Spirit's like, you got to get back on track. So this is like your announcement, because bells just keep coming through. Yeah, and cleansing, like the shower. Maybe you need to take like a salt bath, or like, yeah, cleanse, something like that. Maybe, and rest was also coming through in that reading. So something's being brought to your attention. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's not like you went looking for like this. It just kind of happened across, you know, your path. That's weird that I'm saying that, because we have the money path. Maybe you heard somebody was getting money, and that distracted you from getting money, because now you're focused on them. Now I'm thinking of like, this is coming through, like maybe you have experiences where you were trying to manifest a specific amount of money, and then you wake up the next day and you hear of somebody that you know receiving that exact amount of money, and you're like, what? What the heck? So maybe this feeling of somebody stealing your energy, or maybe you're thinking this like a vampire, like energy vampire. Okay, but maybe it's a little deeper than that. Maybe it's where we allow ourselves to get distracted. Okay, or maybe we think that we're not worthy of certain things, and other people are. So when we try to bring something to ourselves, we see others being handed that, something like that coming through. Okay, so it's about your focus. Maybe you see somebody larger than you. Why is that coming off? Like bigger than you, overpowering you. I don't know. Something like that for somebody. Also, that song coming through, I think it was the one from, what is that? The Mickey Mouse Club. Say goodbye. This part that was sticking out to me. Say goodbye to all our company. MICKE. Yeah, you know how it goes. I don't know if I can sing it on here. MOUSE, right? So like the mouse is coming off. It's reminding me of like, maybe it's in the tea leaves, a mouse. Like I think it's more like distractions coming through. So like maybe you're being distracted right now by someone else's energy. And there's a part that says, see you real soon. Why? Because we like you. They like your energy. or you like their energy. Like I said, it could be like a vice versa thing. So maybe you're like attracted to somebody's energy. Maybe you're becoming a little too obsessed with them, or vice versa, right? Maybe they're just a little too obsessed with you. So there's something about like getting clarity, clearing energy, and I feel like that's the main focus here of this message. And patience also coming through with you. Maybe, yeah, so maybe this could even be like an experience of somebody trying to push around their power, something like that coming through, like pushing their power. Maybe they're very boastful, or it could even just be somebody maybe bragging about them around you, something like that. And you're, yeah, it's like you're trying to focus, and you're also, you could even get messages of like signs that you need to like clear something, right? Clearing energy. You could be seeing cobwebs, dust bunnies, spiders, somebody, for that one that was coming through, like it felt like when I said not like an attachment, but like maybe a lingering energy, shadow energy. It could just be an aspect of that energy, or just not really like there's nothing, anything nefarious, but it's just like an energy of like shadowy energy that needs to be cleared. Yeah, so you could be experiencing that, like maybe even just seeing shadows. Okay, anything else? Heartfelt petition. Ask Spirit for help and express gratitude for what you have. I receive in divine timing. Wild creation. This creation does feel a little bit wild. Like, I don't know, maybe you overlook like your, you know, you just have such high vibrational, like also like self-esteem, like I don't need to cleanse, I don't need to worry about that. And maybe at times you could be skating on thin ice and going to areas that, yeah, the ice is like cracked and something seeps through, like an energy seeps through, right? Maybe you saw something, read something, watched TV, watched a movie, maybe heard some news about somebody, and it just kind of captured your attention and your awareness, and just kind of became part of like your, when you were in this creation energy, you kind of got lost, right? And it said, allow energy to flow freely rather than trying to force the outcome. I am open to surprises. So I feel like that's saying like being open, but as in like recognizing it, because sometimes we go through it, right? Like I did that whole reading. I did the whole reading and edit it and everything, and then I was like, you know, I really feel like I'm the one that needs to take a shower and cleanse, and I did a salt shower. Yeah, with release energy blocks here. But I felt like, you know, it was weird. I wouldn't have known that, right? Unless I was paying attention, but I was almost what it feels like, you know, that maybe you shouldn't dabble in something, but you are. Or you somehow got yourself there, and it feels like you know what you need to do. Yeah, to allow your energy to flow. It says clear pathways in the body for spirit's energy to transform. I release any blocks. So this could be, yeah, energy that feels like it's blocking. We have a rainbow here again. The most difficult part of a situation is over. So that's awesome. Yeah. So it's like, and then this energy of this person sitting here, it's kind of like, okay, so now what? I've recognized it. So, well, I also see this person sitting on a hill, and that was actually coming through in that reading I told you I went through everything. There were, it was the tea leaves came through with the hill card, and then as it went along and I continued with the reading, then the mountain cards came through. So it's like you stop something because you stop something in its tracks. Like, it was growing into, it would have became a mountain if you didn't like recognize this, or yeah. Sometimes it just takes that like act of recognizing something, right? That kind of dispels and clears, right? Yeah. Power to attract. When you connect to spirit, all you need is drawn to you. I keep myself in the flow. So this is you keeping yourself in the flow, like continuing to flow, no fear. I recognize that sometimes these other energies are swimming around me. They're attracted to me. But I'm going to stay like with the balloons representing like high vibrational here, and there's water. She's in water. So like with my emotions, where, even though I'm flowing, I'm in control of where the flow is taking me. So I keep myself in the flow. I remove myself out of the flow if it doesn't feel good. So something like that coming through. Anything else? How are we at 21 minutes? This definitely feels a lot better than the reading before, even though it was very helpful for me to go through that. So maybe you're going through that and you're like, you know what, that's where I got lost. Yeah, so you're putting all the pieces together. It says aspire higher, think expansively, and the cosmos conspires to grant your wishes. I create my own destiny. So yeah, this is you creating your own destiny, aspiring higher. Yeah, with those balloons, right? You're kind of put the pieces together, and sometimes it just works like that. We don't always wake up in like the best energy. We could have even like been on our phones, and the night before, we came under the influence of something like that was like unexpected. Maybe you were just kind of like your defenses were down, or yeah, you just weren't aware of like what you were absorbing, and you were wondering like why. Like with this evolving process, like why did that happen? Why am I feeling this way? So it says evolving process, know that you will find all the pieces you need as you go along. I embrace uncertainty. So yeah, that's just explaining more of you. This is like a learning process. We learn these things, as we go along. I don't think you could learn it, right? If you didn't go through it. So maybe this is just like a energetic lesson that you're recognizing for yourself, and now you're going to be aware of where you decide to plant yourself. I feel like there's this huge transformation taking place. I keep seeing butterflies, something about angels coming through, lots of angels, lots of even is that a fairy? Yeah, it looks like angels and fairies and butterflies. I can see them all in the charms here. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? Let me look through my notes here. Anything else? What is the sacred creation? What is it? Okay, let's leave you with like a fortune oracle card. Right off the bat, we have luck on the bottom. So very lucky time for you. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it is a very lucky time for you. And you're going to be attracting a lot of, we have love and abundance here on the bottom. Yeah. I just feel like people could become a little obsessed with you during this time. Yeah. Look at, we have the star card. You could even be like aspiring to be some sort of star here. It says hard times are over. Look forward to abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of emphasis on the focus. I was gonna say on yourself. We have the unicorn, which is like one, right? Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. Yes. Again, believe that it's available for you. wish. Yes, you have some kind of wish here. You have a heart's desire. Your heart's desire is ready to come true, it's saying. So this could be that money path. It could be whatever's in this bag, something that's important to you, the new job. It could be money. So you're working on that. You could even be doing a lot of things to pamper yourself here. So you could be putting a lot of emphasis on nurturing yourself, right? Getting rest, pampering, cleansing. It looks like salt here, cleansing you. You could have even like washed your hands with a little bit of salt for cleansing. This is birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. So there could be like, this could have been part of the news. It could have been news of like a birth taking place for somebody, but it's really coming off as like there's a lot of things coming through. It's your goals, right? This money path, this raise. Okay, so you are on this like fortunate path full of money. Fortune. Amazing, right? It says progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. So it's not just money, it's personal goals. It's a new job, it's a new raise, it's maybe conception, maybe it's family goals, maybe it's getting married, maybe it's doing something. For somebody I'm getting it's something that that you wanted to see come into fruition for yourself, like a very personal type of goal. 4, 1 and 3 is 4, and then 8, so doubling up. So it could be more than one goal, okay, one wish. It could be more than one thing. So it could be like a lot of really good things happening to you. So, and you're bouncing back from whatever energy is like kind of kept you lost and stuck, and but now it's starting to flow. Now it's starting to flow, and I feel like now that you know this one piece to this aspect, and why maybe for some you could have seen others receiving things that you wanted to receive, but now you know where your attention goes, that's where the energy flows, right? And spirits want you to bring it back. Bring it back. Okay, bring back your creation energy. Your energy is very powerful, it's very sacred, and it's very personal, and it belongs to you. So yeah, harness it, use it for your benefit, right? Not only for others, but for yourself. Like, see goodness for yourself. That's the key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. All right. I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to let you go. We've definitely reached almost 30 minutes, but I hope that this reading was helpful. I feel like your energy feels really good now, so there could have been a clearing even taking place as this video went along. If this resonated for you, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you guys back again. I'll talk to you later. Bye.